It's said that Hanli's nickname is Man of Many Treasures, but do you know how many rare treasures he obtained in the human realm? Hello everyone, I'm Hanli's. Today, we're going to take stock of Hanli's armory. Let's start with heaven-connecting spirit treasures. These items are extremely rare. Throughout the entire human realm arc, only about 3 or 4 of them truly appeared. Even a legendary late nascent soul grand cultivator like Grand Eye Monarch had never seen a single heaven-connecting spirit treasure before encountering Hanli. So, how many did Hanli obtain in the human realm? 2.5. The first heaven-connecting spirit treasure Hanli obtained was the Su Tian Cauldron, which was a trophy from the Su Tian Temple. The Su Tian Cauldron was hailed as the foremost secret treasure of the scattered star seas. It could both attack enemies and defend, and its internal space could even seal powerful beings. For example, the Azure Sky Sacred Beast was sealed by the Su Tian Cauldron. However, the greatest function of the Su Tian Cauldron wasn't for combat, but as a key. This is a topic related to the Spirit Realm arc, which this video will explore in more detail. In Kunwu Mountain of Great Jin, while assisting Inu in sealing Guemo, Hanli obtained the Eightling Ruler and a damaged Black Wind Flag. The Eightling Ruler is a Buddhist heaven-connecting spirit treasure, highly effective against demonic cultivators, which is why it was used to suppress Guemo. The Eightling Ruler helped Hanli overcome enemies multiple times. For instance, when dealing with Hanli Sharon and Great Benevolent Wind, the moment the Eightling Ruler appeared, their true essence instantly solidified, rendering them immobile, allowing Hanli to slay them easily. When Hanli snatched Ziling from Old Devil Huaxing, the Eightling Ruler also played a significant role. Unfortunately, when Hanli illicitly traveled to the spirit realm, he encountered a spatial storm, and the Eightling Ruler was damaged while resisting it. As for the Black Wind Flag, it was originally another renowned heaven-connecting spirit treasure. However, its original owner detonated it in order to escape. After the dust settled, Hanli happened to find fragments of the flag. After all, even a fragment of something great is still valuable. As a meticulous battlefield scavenger, Hanli would certainly not overlook anything of value. Later, under the guidance of the Azure Sky Sacred Beast, Hanli's Black Wind Flag fragments were reprocessed and refined into the malevolent Crimson Soul Flag. Although the Crimson Soul Flag is not a heaven-connecting spirit treasure, it possesses a rare spatial divine ability. For example, Hanli used the Crimson Soul Flag to directly pack up and take away a primordial spirit mountain as large as the Star Palace. However, the Crimson Soul Flag was made from fragments of the demonic Black Wind Flag, and its creation required millions of living souls as raw material. Coincidentally, Hanli learned that each Ghost Luo banner contained at least 200,000 to 300,000 souls. So, he went to the Ingluo sect's territory in Great Jin and forcibly took a dozen or so Ghost Luo banners from an elder's storage pouch, which finally allowed him to successfully refine the Crimson Soul Flag. Besides heaven-connecting spirit treasures, Hanli also possessed many imitation heaven-connecting spirit treasures. Among them, the Three-Flame Fan was his most frequently used. The Three-Flame Fan is an imitation of the Seven-Flame Fan, created after Hanli obtained the refining method for the original and had Grand Eye Monarch make some custom adaptations. For example, when battling the Silver-Winged Yiksha, Hanli took out the Three-Flame Fan and fanned continuously. If his spiritual power ran low, he would drink some primordial essence spirit milk and continue fanning. This tycoon-style fighting method completely bewildered the Silver-Winged Yiksha. Fortunately, the teleportation array on Kunwu Mountain was triggered in the end. Otherwise, the Silver-Winged Yiksha would likely have perished on the spot. Later, when his second nascent soul rebelled, Hanli unleashed the Three-Flame Fan, and the second nascent soul's Heavenly Fiend Demonic Master, which was created from corpse fiends, was directly refined into nothingness. Besides the Three-Flame Fan, Hanli also obtained the Qianlan Cauldron from his senior, the Sacred Cauldron of the Tua tribe, and others. As for the imitation demonic Dragon Blade, it's actually not an imitation heaven-connecting spirit treasure, but a magic tool. I will introduce it in detail later, so I'll skip it for now. Next, let's talk about the ancient treasures Hanli possessed. We won't even mention the flower basket ancient treasure, jade rui, 5-element ring, blood-colored cloak, warm heaven treasure, white rhinoceros pendant, and Bodhi beads that he obtained earlier. After Hanli formed his nascent soul, he first took the wind-controlling chariot and 1,000-layer seal from Ma Shang. Later, in the Zhongkuan Immortal's cave, he obtained the Ziwu Dutian root ancient treasure and half of the 2-element ring. When he subdued senior sister Nangong Wan, Hanli also picked up the remaining half of the 2-element ring from her storage pouch. As for the demonic blood demon's sword used by his senior sister, Hanli also reluctantly accepted it. Later, when trading with old ancestor Linghu, Hanli obtained another ancient treasure, the blue light shield. In Kunwa Mountain, Hanli first obtained a large cauldron. This cauldron was originally just a magic tool, but after tens of thousands of years of forging and refining, it had automatically advanced to become a living, fire-attribute exotic treasure. The materials inside the cauldron were later refined by Hanli into the extremely powerful tiger spirit silk. Hanli also united with Master Yen, the great demon, and Guiling to eliminate Old Devil Qian. Afterward, Old Devil Qian's various treasures naturally became Hanli's, among them a treasure called the demon-subduing pestle. This item was left by the 3 elders of Kunwo, so its power was far beyond that of ordinary ancient treasures. Later, in the Northern Night Miner Extreme Palace, Hanli eliminated not only Senior Han and his group, but also many other high-level demon cultivators. Although their ancient treasures could barely catch his eye, he still collected all of them into his storage pouch. Finally, let's talk about the magic tools Hanli possessed. He personally participated in refining 2 top-tier magic tools. One is the Azure Bamboo Cloud Soaring Sword, and the other is the Wind Thunder Wings. Regarding the Azure Bamboo Cloud Soaring Sword, Hanli truly invested heavily. The sword bodies are refined from 6 10,000-year thunderclap bamboos. If Xiangu knew Hanli had so many, he would probably explode in anger on the spot. As he grew stronger, Hanli also infused the flying swords with refined crystals, gung gold, and 10,000-year cold attribute profound jade. At this point, the hardness of the Azure Bamboo Cloud Soaring Sword was so great it would put even Luo AI's true spirit root to shame. What's even more terrifying is that Hanli possessed a full 72 of these flying swords, which could combine to form the Great Gung Sword Formation. When a nascent soul stage Hanli unleashes the Great Gung Sword Formation, it can directly threaten deity transformation stage cultivators. From this, one can also see the terrifying power of the sword formation. As for the Wind Thunder Wings, this is likely Hanli's most frequently used magic treasure. His lightning evasion art allows him to both escape and launch sneak attacks. For example, when Hanli fought Master Mu Shang after reaching the nascent soul stage, he used the Wind Thunder Wings to suddenly close the distance, instantly destroying Master Mu Shang's physical body. Moreover, the Wind Thunder Wings can be combined with demon race cultivation techniques like the 9 transformations of Gale Wind and the blood-drawing shield. When used together, they can elevate his escape speed to an even higher level. Later, Hanli also used supreme-grade spirit materials like the feathers of the Kuanping and the spirit of the Heavenly Phoenix to upgrade the Wind Thunder Wings multiple times. This shows Hanli's true reliance on this treasure. Aside from the magic treasures he refined himself, Hanli obtained even more. Among these, 2 are the most famous. The first is the Guoluo banner, dropped by an elder of the Yingluo sect. The Yingluo sect originally had a set of 18 Guoluo banners, and when used together, they could even contend with a soul transformation cultivator, reminiscent of a grand formation. Hanli continuously hunted down many Yingluo sect elders, obtaining more than 10 Guoluo banners in one go, almost plundering the Yingluo sect into becoming the empty sect. The second famous item is the imitation demonic dragon blade. The demonic dragon blade is a demonic supreme treasure, but it is a top-tier magic treasure, not a heaven-connecting spirit treasure. A demonic cultivator once used this blade to slay a soul transformation cultivator, which is quite astonishing. This is one of the rare magic treasures in the human realm whose power approaches that of a heaven-connecting spirit treasure. Although the imitation demonic dragon blade has many shortcomings, it inherited an important attribute: it grows stronger by killing. The imitation demonic dragon blade can be understood as a killing ring, and its power can stack infinitely. In other words, if Hanli were willing, it wouldn't be too difficult for this imitation to surpass the original in power. However, its flaw is that if it doesn't receive blood and flesh nourishment for a period of time, its power will diminish. This treasure was originally held by Grandmaster Xiang of the Myriad Demon Bone sect. In the Kunwa Mountain instance, he constantly ambushed cultivators, frantically stacking kills with the blade. However, it was later confiscated by Inu. Before Inu entered the spirit realm, she packaged the imitation demonic dragon blade along with other treasures and gave them to Hanli. From this, one can see that Inu truly had nothing but good intentions for him. Having discussed magic treasures, next we'll talk about summon creatures. First are the golden devouring beetles, which go without saying. After reaching the nascent soul stage, Hanli also obtained 12 six-winged frost centipedes and the earth armored dragon, which specialized in treasure hunting. As for the pale blue ice flame, it was originally just a somewhat powerful flame. But after he subdued the Grandine True Flame and the Solar Essence Fire, the new flame formed by their fusion was both cold and warm and even possessed sentience. The rank of this flame is absolutely number one in the human realm. The Azura Sacred Flame mentioned by Xiangu simply cannot compare to it. Later, with the help of Divine Monarch Dian, Hanli also refined a late nascent soul stage puppet. Besides the puppet's formidable strength, Hanli equipped it with a full set of supreme-grade gear. For example, its bow is the Thunderfire Bow, its sword is Xiangu's demon-slaying sword, its shield is the round steel shield, and its eyes are dazzling crystals, possessing a soul-bewitching effect. Furthermore, it has a grinding flying dagger that can ignore demonic artifact defenses. If this were a game, this puppet would definitely belong to a top-tier wealthy player. After Hanli eliminated Old Devil Qian, the 5 child conjoined devils were also subdued by him. The 5 devils, working together, are equivalent to a late nascent soul stage cultivator, and they are almost immortal and indestructible, making them extremely troublesome. Whenever Hanli fights, he directly sends out the puppet and the 5 devils, instantly turning the battle into a group beating, completely disregarding martial ethics. Besides legitimate treasures, Hanli also has many talismans and secret talismans, such as the Descent Talisman, the Spirit Transformation Talisman, and the 6-Ding Heavenly Armor Talisman from the Tianfu sect. Among them, the Descent Talisman was refined by Hanli himself. Once used, both his cultivation and physical strength increase. The most outrageous thing is that the Descent Talisman also has a transformation effect. After using it, he will transform into a half-human, half-fiend appearance, exuding an artistic, demonic, and uninhibited aura. The Spirit Transformation Talisman was obtained by Hanli through a trade with the Tianfu sect. The greatest effect of this secret talisman is that it can substitute for him at the moment of death, essentially giving Hanli an extra life. You can think of it as a resurrection charm. The 6-Ding Heavenly Armor Talisman is even more formidable. This talisman forms a defensive shield using the surrounding spiritual energy of heaven and earth. As long as this spiritual energy is inexhaustible, the shield can continuously operate and regenerate, a function very similar to how soul transformation cultivators mobilize the spiritual energy of the world. This secret talisman was originally obtained by Nangong Wan in the Blood Red restricted area, and she gave it to him when he secretly crossed into the spirit realm. Not only that, but old ancestor Linghu also gave Hanli a mysterious jade talisman during their trade. Before Inu entered the spirit realm, she left Hanli a boundary-breaking talisman. After eliminating old ancestor Jinhua, Hanli also refined the Tai Purification Talisman based on the descriptions in the exquisite Jade Scroll. All the talismans mentioned above are very famous secret talismans. As for ordinary talismans, Hanli has countless more, so we won't go into detail about each one. Among Hanli's many treasures, some are also items or materials, such as the immortal exterminating pearl, world-drawing pearl, wood-born pearl, startling thunder pearl, soul-nurturing wood, spirit-eye jade, spirit-eye spring, 10,000-year profound jade, nine-bend spirit ginseng, Vajra relics, the exquisite jade scroll, the profound heaven immortal vine, heavenly foundation talismans, and vast amounts of demon beast materials, etc. It's worth mentioning that in the minor Polar Palace instance, Hanli eliminated a three-eyed demon beast. Using its eyeball, Hanli cultivated the Eye of Annihilation divine ability. This technique can be called a nascent soul killer. The reason nascent soul cultivators are difficult to kill is largely because their nascent soul can use teleportation after leaving the body. But the Eye of Annihilation can easily break through teleportation. For example, Feng Donghua, a late nascent soul stage cultivator, fell victim to the Eye of Annihilation. In terms of cultivation techniques and secret arts, Hanli also collected quite a few, such as the Azure Essence Sword Art, Great Development Technique, Profound Een Art, Underworld River Earthly Art, Emerald Valley Art, Shadow Dragon Art, Apex Foundation Art, Heaven Supporting Demonic Art, Brahma Saint True Mantra, Mysterious Chi Concealment Art, 9 Transformations of Gale Wind, Blood Shadow Shield, and the Spirit Herb Transplantation Art contributed by Feng Shi, among others. Before Hanli secretly crossed into the spirit realm, he specifically activated his automatic acquisition function. Wherever he went, the signature treasures of the local sects would mysteriously disappear. In this process, Hanli obtained vast amounts of magic treasures, ancient treasures, and imitation heaven-connecting spirit treasures. Speaking of which, the reason Hanli could become a man of many treasures is directly related to his long-term role as a treasure hoarder. Although Hanli possesses so many treasures, if we were to talk about the most important one, it would still have to be the small green bottle. The bottle's heaven-defying catalytic ripening effect is the key to Hanli's path as a mortal ascending to immortality. Without the small green bottle, Hanli would most likely not even have survived Dr. Mo's schemes. Even if he were lucky enough to defeat Dr. Mo and Yu Zedong, with his 4 spirit roots aptitude, he would have remained a foundation establishment cultivator his entire life. The later claims about him being a man of many treasures and treasure hoarder would simply be baseless nonsense. Precisely because the small green bottle is so important, its significance was gradually revealed during the plotline of his Heart Devil tribulation when advancing to the nascent soul stage. After the above inventory, it can be seen that the treasures on Hanli's person are truly countless. I feel that these treasures are more than enough to equip several top sects in the human realm. Therefore, Hanli's title of Man of Many Treasures is indeed well-deserved. However, the above inventory likely has omissions. If anyone knows what other treasures Old Devil Han possesses, please feel free to add them in the comments. Alright, that concludes all the content for this video. Like for boundless magic power, triple tap for transcending tribulation and becoming an immortal. I am Zebra Monkey. Okay, that's all the content for this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. After all, your support is my motivation to keep creating content. I'm Hanli. See you in the next video.